Infinite and Innova have done it again. Here's my first shot with the iBlend Teebird. Look at that dome. What, it's stable? Huh? Well, it's a good thing I don't have to take that because today we're doing a 3-disc battle. iBlend Teebird versus Star Teebird, Swirly Star, the vinyl run from this year, as well as an ESP Athena.
I thought I had one of these, but shout out bad hit with disc golf. I had to stop in there today.
Oh, I got it. Because the Teebird and the Athena are some of the most popular 7502 discs ever. This being a Paul Macbeth disc after he went to Discraft, and the Teebird being one of those staple, straight flying, very far flying discs for a long time. Now it's in the iBlend, which as you can see has an insane amount of dome. And that first throw showed me is a little more overstable than I would have expected. So we're gonna do a CTP battle today here at City Park Disc Golf Course, also called Westminster on UDisc, which is a newly resurrected 9-hole course that it looks like a short and long is on every single hole, including a par 4. We will putt from the first disc that we throw on each hole, rotating them, starting with iBlend Teebird, then Star, then Athena, because if I can't shoot 4 down at this new course with my first shot, I'm gonna be giving away one of my iBlend Teebirds. I'm gonna throw these shots and I'll tell you why I love the iBlend plastic so much, and I'm very excited that it's in this mold. iBlend Teebird first, a little headwind, 429 feet. Don't throw it like a baby, put it close. Oh, yeah. That skip, that's so good. Here's a Swirly Star Teebird, the Vinyl Makala run from earlier this year. Basically, as stock as you're gonna see a Teebird. This is typically what the profile looks like. A kind of moderate shoulder and very small amount of dome. Very traditional of most 7 speeds out there. Do think it's gonna be a touch more overstable. I still shanked it a little bit, but thank goodness that it was. Okay, and lastly, the Athena. Slightly different feel on the Athena. The bottom side is a little smoother. Both of those discs have a little bit of a double rim on the bottom there. I don't find it super uncomfortable, especially in the iBlend because it's such a grippy plastic. But the ESP is typically a little straighter plastic than something like a Z, which would be more champ style. And it's typically a little grippier. Maybe not as grippy as like an ESP Flex, but those two things make me want to compare this to the iBlend Teebird. But the wing on it is very aggressive for an Athena. The parting line seems to be quite high. We'll see how overstable it is. Luckily, we do have a touch of a headwind. So let's try to rip it like that Teebird, but a little more inside, so I'm not trying to fly over this fence. Okay, so that wing being higher, it's not understable, but it's not as beefy as it looked. Decent shots. Let's get out there. I turned on the sprinkler, so it got a little wet. At least it's pretty. This is the iBlend Teebird. I didn't think it was this good. Okay, the Athena is slightly shorter, and the other Teebird, I thought it flew over it. I mean, is it long? Oh, it is long. What the heck? Okay, so 2 points, because you go to a point system in a CTV battle for me. 1 point for the Athena and 3 points for the iBlend Teebird. Getting started with an easy birdie. I love iBlend discs so much. And a big part of the reason I love them is the give that the iBlend has. Is not gummy. It's still a stiff plastic, but it has a lot of give. So especially in wintertime, I find that's great. It's kind of like, to me, an elevated G-Star. A little bit different, but that's how I view it. It also typically gives some discs crazy dome, kind of like this one has, and oftentimes makes them glidier and sometimes a little more understable. This one doesn't seem to be crazy more understable, but we have 8 more holes to figure that out. That give is just so pronounced. The Athena is kind of between the Star and the iBlend in terms of how much give it has. But because of how much dome this has, it does mean it's going to be a little less comfortable for most people, myself included, on a forehand, which is what we're going to have to do on this hole. 300 feet. We're going to try to go probably just to the left of that basket because we have a wind pushing us left to right. So we'll see how they fly on a forehand. I imagine it'll still fly fine. Just got to get a clean release. Star Teebird has the box. Whew, a lot of tall grass. Came out a little lower than I meant, but that's fine. Athena next. That was very straight. Very straight. Thought the wind would push it a little more. Okay, that one kind of popped a little bit. Might be slightly straighter than that Teebird. Again, I have no idea if it skipped. And lastly, iBlend. I'm gonna try to throw it just like that Athena, almost flat. It's almost like I said the forehand wasn't as good with it. I'll throw one more forehand at least today, and I promise it'll be better than that. Here, check out the Teebird. And then you got the Ibland Wraith there. It's domey. Both the ones that I have are crazy domey.
That is a beautiful Teebird.
Here, I got 2 of them. I'm trying to shoot 4 down in this video. If I don't, stick around and I'll give it the other one to you.
Heck yeah, thank you, man.
So now you're rooting against me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing or what. But.
I want that disc.
Jared. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. So one of the T-Birds going to Jared if I can't shoot 4 down, but I'm gonna try to shoot a perfect round because I'm already 1 through 1 and I got a putt here. The Athena was actually a touch closer than this T-Bird. Touch more understable than that, at least on that first throw. And Ibland T-Bird, for being such a shank, was also pin high. For Jared's sake, I haven't worn up the putter. And I'm just gonna try to bang this. Sorry, buddy. Oh, Jared wishes it was player 2 today. 2 through 2. So shout out to the sponsor of this video, Vessi. Vessi's pre-Black Friday sale starts now with some of the best discounts that I've ever seen on some of my favorite shoes, like these nice white Stormbursts. So if you've been waiting to get my favorite shoes for disc golf, 100% waterproof, now might be the time. Let me do a quick color change because the high top Stormbursts in white are 20% off. I don't have any of those, but you can if you go through my link down in the description. The title shoes are almost all 40% off. And on top of all these discounts, you get free shipping on orders $110 and over, and a 1-year warranty and 30-day return or exchange money back guarantee. Now these Pacifics here, you can tell, are some of my favorite shoes to wear. Black Pacifics and white Pacifics are all also 40% off. By far some of my favorite sneakers from Vessi. I have another pair of these that are just my daily walk around shoes, but you've seen me play disc golf in them plenty. And then finally, my favorite shoes for disc golf, the Stormburst low tops. They have the all white low tops, these white and red, as well as the white and blue that I've worn a lot on the channel for 20% off. So if you're looking to save some money and get yourself some great shoes for this fall, dewy, somewhat snowy, hopefully not too soon weather, get some waterproof shoes in the pre-Black Friday sale, Vessi.com. To do that, solid base, solid waterproofing, knit shoe, very comfortable. Go to that link in the top of the description or the pinned comment, and let's get back to reviewing what might be the glidiest 7-speed out there that still has sensibility. Welcome back. What's exciting about this release to me is that it's the second Innova Infinite collab. And that sounds a little weird because if you look at the bottom of any Infinite disc, like this Emperor here, it says made by Innova at the top there. Because all of Infinite's discs are made by Innova, but most of them are old molds that are not in production anymore. And something as iconic as like a Teebird or a Wraith are not discs that Infinite has in their arsenal, but their plastic, the iBlend, is one of my favorite plastics ever created because of everything I've already talked to you about. I've heard through the grapevine that it's 80% recycled star and 20% recycled whatever else is on hand. But to be honest with you, if there's not like a claim of X% recycled that a company throws out, I take that with a grain of salt. However this plastic comes to be, I absolutely love it. And I can't believe how domey these things came out. I'm hoping that Infinite and Innova do more collab runs on more of their discs because it feels like it'd be an obvious crossover, but finally we have a Wraith and a Teebird and maybe more in the lineup at some point. I genuinely have no clue if there's more in the works. I know I'm sponsored by Infinite, but I have no idea. 237 feet, right to left moving shot. So I put you over here. It looks like you could throw this backhand or a force over forehand. And I think I'm gonna throw the force over forehand because that's prettier. Athena first. Oh, caught roll right to it. Oh no, it's bad. Even. Oh my gosh. So the Ibland Teebird might not be a forehander's dream at all. Oh, and the star. Okay. Looks like Athena's about to be winning these CTPs. The Ibland Teebird's already on its way to the next hole. So that's gonna be another 1-pointer for it. The Athena wasn't quite as close as I thought. So maybe the star can have it. Where'd it go? This is a big drop off over here that I did not realize. I hope I didn't force that Teebird over enough. It's gotta be up here somewhere. The Teebird was in the bushes right there. It was actually closer than the Athena. Barely. But Jared found it after I looked at the camera. So now I feel like I got a good one disc. Especially because I'm about to shoot 9 under, so. Shout out Jared again. This is his Ibland Wraith. Quite domey, a little bit domier, or a decent bit domier than the one that I had. It did a restock, so I don't know if this is the stock run, but the next hole is a par 4. And I'm gonna chuck this to see if I can eagle it. Because I think we'll have a little bit of a tailwind. And these things already go so far. So I'll throw it for him on that hole because he said he wants to see it fly. and he found my Teebird. I can't believe I didn't find it in the circle, but I'm 3 through 3, so don't know if he's winning this Teebird off my score. 315 feet, we do have kind of a left to right wind. This is a great distance that I know a lot of people will be throwing a disc like this on, and if you're reaching for a 7-speed, you might want to touch gladier one. So especially in a little headwind, I think it'll hold up, but we're gonna try to throw all these on a touch of turn at the basket and see if we can get a full flight, about 315, 320, slightly uphill, so maybe plays closer to 320, 325. Oh baby, just a touch short. Probably threw about 308 feet instead of 315. Star up next. And I didn't. I threw a very similar shot, just a little higher up, when I meant higher up the hill. And that's a pretty good comparison how those fly. I think the Athena on that very similar shot will do pretty well. A little short. Learning a lot about these, and we got the other one, so I'm gonna throw a forehand with it and not shank it. Oh, look at how much wobble that guy has. Oh, it's absolutely parked though. That's by far the best shot. I think I hit the pin, but Star Teebird, and then Athena just a touch shorter than the I-blend. I definitely think at kind of these distances, the kind of low mid 300s, you'll be able to tell a decent difference of the glide of this disc. Oh man. Gone. That's a big boy. Hole 5. Par 4. 630 feet from this pad. You just calls it 592. So just sub 6. There's another pad up there that's about 495 feet, it says, par 4. So you can pick your par 4 on this one. It's getting nice and warm. We have a right to left tailwind. Star Teebird is up first. We'll get to see which one goes the farthest, at least on this shot. Ah, wow. I mean, that's not bad, but you got to turn it over a little. Okay, should be an up and down. Athena, second. Nope, still more than that. Wow, it's going to be in the same spot. Maybe a touch farther. All right, I-blend Teebird. See if we can get the 2 with this bad boy. Better angle. Don't think we're gonna get the 2, but I corrected and made a better shot. Shout out Jared for the I-blend Wraith to give it a try. Super Dome. That's not bad. Wow, that was just so straight in the tail. That held it so straight. Oh, what a fun hole. The Athena did pretty well. And I do think by a very slim margin, the Athena was closer than the Star Teebird. Oh, the I-blend Teebird was pretty close. Wow, the glide is real, but it's not that much flippier. And where's this Wraith? Please be close. Oh man, I was hoping it'd be up here. Well, I'm definitely glad I have my Vessies in here. Oh, dang. Need a little more height. It's only as far as the Teebird was. What the heck? Oh, a little deeper. Sweet. There's 4. So it's pretty neat. Hole 6, it's 300 feet to the blue, but the red's actually over here. You might be able to barely see it, and because of how far left it is, calling it 405, you're gonna have to throw a turnover with a disc like this, because you can't throw it over everything. Well, at least I can't. So, Athena up first for hole 6. See how these hold turn? We're gonna have to throw them pretty hard, because it says it's about 405. We do have a helping wind, it's going left to right, but not a simple shot. Okay, too stable. Gotta turn that over even more. I-blend Teebird. I think a similar shot with that would work, but it's still too stable, so a little more angle. Oh no! Okay, that glide just held it. Star Teebird has a chance to take another one. That's nice. Still fighting out of it, but that's gonna be pretty much parked, and that's what you want from that disc. I think this might actually be flippy. I'm gonna try it one more time. Okay, it still fights out of it when you throw it like the Athena. Just a little glide here. I think I probably double corrected on the first eye blend. Threw it more angle and more inside instead of one or the other. Teebird's a little short. I would like to believe that this is 405, but it's probably closer to about 360 because that Athena being so nose up would not have traveled that far. That's so rude. The second eye blend Teebird that I threw did go a decent bit past the basket, so the more glide but similar flight to the Athena. Still more inside of it. The star Teebird I thought was parked, but now it's probably a little long. You're getting super specific here. 310.5. Right into the sun on the hill. Back to the eye blend Teebird first, and I'm thinking I'm getting closer to understanding the differences between all of these. These seem pretty interchangeable, and I'm sure plastic dependent, and this seems to be a little bit more different than both of these, but not by too much. Right to left wind, so it's gonna help the hyzer. So I'm gonna try to throw it flat to hyzer, pretty right, let the disc glide back left. I like it when a plan comes together. Star Teebird next, similar shot, but that one came out like this. I want this one to come out like that. Closer. Needed a little flatter, but pretty much there. Oh, skip right past it. I will say that thing goes very far for not being glidey. Cuts through the air really well. Probably cuts through the air better because it doesn't have that big dome. So I've noticed the distance that's been coming out of that is surprising me for the lack of dome. Athena next. That same shot, just a little righter and higher. Uh-oh, too much hyzer. If that was the same shot, it would have been great, but it wasn't. So the Athena, losing points. And apparently this is my forehand eye blend Teebird, so we're gonna try to flex forehand at it. That's pretty good. Athena, pretty good. Not as close as that first Teebird though. The Vinyl Teebird is pretty comparable to the Athena, but a touch closer. Wind seems to have died ever so slightly, but we should have a slight head, left to right, very downhill, 390 feet to the long. Star Teebird has the box, and we're gonna try one last forehand with all these, see if this one can turn into the forehand Teebird, even though the other one's been playing pretty good. This does have the right ground and wind to get a skip. Headwind, hold it. Okay, didn't push it left enough. Oh, what a rollback, let's go. Athena, similar, but lefter. It wasn't lefter, but it was similar. Shoot, roll back. Ah, didn't listen. I'm on Teebird. It's your time to shine, buddy. Yes! Huh, pretty short actually. Maybe not yes. Did throw a sick forehand with the Teebird, but it wasn't enough to get closer than the Star. It was closer than the Athena though, so 2 points. I'm gonna be honest, I have zero idea how many points right now, so you guys are gonna know the CTP winners. I have no idea. 6 under. These eye blend Teebirds are pretty sweet. I think if you have a decent amount of power and you rely on your power instead of the glide of a disc to do the work for you, these might not be for you. But if you're looking for something that goes pretty far but has good stability and will hold in the air well, this is definitely a great disc to check out. All these will be linked below, of course, and we have one final hole. You guys will know the CTP winner. I bet it's pretty close, to be honest, but the Athena has the box, 369-foot tailwind uphill, so probably plays 410, 420 feet. Since we're going uphill in a tailwind, definitely have to throw them on flex at the basket. Let's get to 7 under for the round. Come on, Athena. Anheuser at it. Oh, that's not gonna get there. Whoa, it's up there. Wow, I gotta throw that harder. Eye blend Teebird. Drifty. Was harder. It's up there. Whew. All right, Star Teebird. You're our last hope. Dang, I'm getting it up there now, but let's go see if I can make that long putt. This is a fun finishing hole. Fun starting and finishing holes. Up and down. Here's his wraith. Porked. Teebird, a touch closer than the Athena. think the iBlend Teebird is not much closer. So I think we're gonna call it a tie on the last hole because they're all right at about 45 feet. Now that you guys know the CTP winner, let's make this for 7 down. Little tailwind putt. Jared's standing off to the side. I'm gonna make this in his face and pretend like this is for 4 down. Let's go. Not even luck. All right, man, pink or blue? What do you think? Blue for sure?
Heck yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Thank you.
That's a fun disc to throw. Those are good, man. So now we're down to all red class discs. Shout out Jared, taking that blue one home and helping me find some discs and let me throw his Wraith. Don't really have a lot more to say. So thanks for watching, and shout out Vessi. Big sales this month. The iBlend series. Let's keep it coming, Innova and Infinite, please. Such a sick 7-speed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.